Hello, my name is Stephen Wright. I'm a Professor of Economics at Birkbeck in the University of London, and I'm talking to you at this moment from one of our teaching rooms in the University of London. And I've been one of the co-authors on Volume 2 of Core 2.0, Macroeconomics. So this is the cover page. My involvement has been actually through most of the units, but in particular, I want to focus on units that I was more heavily involved in. One of them is a really very new unit on the financial sector. Often a cause of confusion, also often a cause of views that banks cause lots of problems. Indeed, we will talk about the problems that arise in banks in other units. But one of the things that Unit 6 tries to bring out is actually how crucial many aspects of the financial sector are to a modern economy. Debt, money, crucial elements in a modern economy. And actually a way that people can spread their consumption through their life cycle. A key question that this unit tries to answer. Unit 7 takes a very different tack, but really relates back to some of the earlier units. Most of the analysis in Units 1 to 5 is focused on larger, richer economies with fairly stable regimes, well-behaved central banks. But in Unit 7, we branch out and actually talk about the much wider range of countries in the world, including countries where things don't go so well. And this banknote for $100 trillion issued by the Central Bank of Zimbabwe is an example of where policies can go badly wrong. And we talk in this module about the way that central banks and governments behave, indeed the way their behaviors are related, the crucial role of the exchange rate, and why inflation sometimes takes off, and the ways that countries do sometimes try to get inflation under control, very often by fixing the exchange rate, even though that may not always be the absolutely ideal way of doing things. So breaking new ground in macro texts, talking about this kind of an economy, very often neglected in standard textbooks that focus only on rich economies. This is very much focused on the full range of economies in the modern world. And then Unit 9 takes a much longer term perspective, asking some very big questions. Why are some countries rich? Why are some countries poor? How do countries escape from that poverty? The crucial role of capital. My role in this was actually to really bring out just two key messages, which take us right back to the beginning of Core. Core starts in Volume 1 by looking at inequality and at the role of carbon. Unit 9 comes back to both of those issues. One aspect it talks about is the development process that we've seen in many poor countries in the last few decades has actually reduced global inequality to a significant extent. But the problem with that is as these countries got richer, they've also consumed a lot more fossil fuels and emitted more carbon. So we have to come back to think about the solutions that allow us to deal with that carbon crisis. So plenty more to read apart from the modules I've highlighted here, but I hope you get a lot out of using Core Macroeconomics Volume 2.